Testing Briggs Stratton fuel solenoid anti-backfire device. You pick your term with a 9-volt battery. Do it work? Yes, it does. It's bad. Woo, woo. What do you say, folks? Hey, I had quite a battle this week. Head scratcher for a moment or two, if you will. Fuel solenoids. We've all dealt with them. We've all tested them. Been a pain since the day I introduced them. They got their place. Brand new. Let's get into what I found and I don't like about it. And how I discovered this is bad. But it tests good. Stick around. Here's a little scenario that brought me to this problem this week. I got a brand new engine. Runs 15 to 20 minutes and immediately shuts off. Shuts off clean like you killed it. Got spark. I checked the kill system on it. It's not grounding out. Hit the switch off and on. I can reach in there and I can feel the solenoid bumping. I crank it. It cranks up. It runs. It runs for about 10 minutes. Shuts off. Shuts off clean. Fuel supply is good. My kill circuit's not interrupted. I manually engaged and disengaged this solenoid and I could hear it bump. I could feel it bump because Lord knows I don't hear that well. But what helped me determine to further investigate this solenoid? Well, you can always have debris in there. This can be hung momentarily. Let's take it apart and look at it. Let's do the test that Briggs and Stratton suggests you take. Let's see, I got it right here. Test procedure for said solenoid. I'll show you a picture of the part number I'm working on, but these are all very similar. I pulled up the engine specs for this particular engine, anti-afterfire solenoid for carbureted engines. It goes through a series, it's long-winded. I'll put it up here and let you see. But basically it's telling me to put voltage on this solenoid. And this plunger should retract freely. Well, by golly, let's see. It says, when the battery connection is removed, the plunger should return to its extended position. Replace the solenoid if the plunger feels sticky. This is brand new. Just pulled it out of there. Don't feel sticky. Here's the part, I'm not going to give it a whole lot of attention, but I'm going to touch on it. There's a note at the bottom. This note at the bottom, test the anti-afterfire solenoid when at room temperature and when the engine is at operating temperature, excessive heat may cause failure. Room temperature, engine at operating temperature. Explain that to me. Thanks. Let's get on with my test. I've got a fabulous little wiring harness set up right here. I feel as though I have everything here to successfully test this solenoid switch. I've made me up a really fancy wiring harness. These were a donation from work that hey, y'all donated this and some of this wire too. Hey, let's get into testing this. There was one component I was shy on, which was connectors to connect my solenoid to my hot leads. But I reached out to a fellow small engine YouTuber, told him the little connections I was looking for. He said, don't worry about it, I got you hooked up, dropping it in the mail. I said, man, that's great. That's awesome. I'll get busy, make me up a sweet little wiring harness. I'll give you a little shout out. Oh, Rooster, don't bother with that. I just want to help. So my package arrived today. Let's rip it open and check out my little wiring connectors. Let's get into that wiring harness and just see what we got. Okay, well, hey, there they are right there. That's what I'm looking for, is let me clean this mess up. All right, this is gonna make a nice little harness right here. So I've been told, and I've seen where we can test these with 9-volt also. Same test procedure. Does it retract the plunger? Let's see what I got on my cheapo battery. 9.6 volts. And let's see if you can see if it'll work. Nine volts retracts it, take it off power, it extends. All right, I'm using a circuit breaker as a switch, and I've wired up one of the solenoids that we're going to test, and it's just simply on a wiring harness over here to 12 volts. This is the one I deem bad. Let's get a good look of it operating. I'm gonna throw the switch on it. Seems to be working, does it not? Pulls back, take power off of it, it extends. Them's kind of the instructions they gave me, that if it does that, it's good. Let's hook the other one up. The solenoid I'm using today, right there, 84, 56, 54, solenoid from Briggs Stratton. I've got another brand new one, never been opened. We're gonna hook him up to this other leg. Once we prove that they both retract and extend, better save that little washer. We'll get on in it. I'm gonna apply voltage to both of them at the exact same time. All I'm gonna do is flip my switch. Ready? Both of them retract. Let's take power off. Seem to both react in the same amount of time. I'm gonna take this another step forward. And all intents and purposes, based on what I read from the repair manual, this valve should be good. Well, it ain't. I got both the new solenoid and the one I've been having trouble out of mounted up in this little handy holder here. I don't know if it helps. We're gonna put 12 volts on it. Let's see what happens. Power on, power off. They seem to be doing what they need to do. Problem I had with this, I found it heats up. So let's get a starting base here. Both of them, we've turned them on for the same amount of time. 66.8 and 68. Let's do it again. Was that 67.9, 68, and 67.8. Let's energize both of these and give it a few minutes, see what's going on. They both are retracted. And we will start the clock. Do 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 da do da do do da do da. All right, we're coming up on 5 minutes of being energized. Now you know you're gonna run a piece of equipment longer than 5 minutes. The new solenoid, fuel solenoid, is still coming in at really relatively showing no signs of heating up. The one that I replaced, so I'm experiencing a large amount of heat on this side on the one I deemed bad versus the one that I replaced, that I would be replacing with. 74 degrees over here, 116, 102, just hot. All right, we're coming up on that 15-minute mark. Let's see if I can get me a shot on that one that says good. I'm getting 75, let's just call it 75.3. And over here, I've got 125. All right, let it keep going. All right, let's see what we got here. We're at 32 minutes, 27, 32 minutes anyway. 71, 73, I got here. Woo! All right, let's cut this off. And look at that. Now this one wants to pop out there. Sometimes things don't, even you follow the rules, it don't work out. Them instruction guide, if you go by it and you go by everything you find giving you information on a specific issue, well, sometimes you may have to think a little further. Just because it reacts and goes back like they say it should, does it do it continually? Under what conditions does it fail or work? Hey, I had never run into that on a solenoid before. They've either been good, bad, cut the end off of it, and on down the road you go. But hey, if you run into something like that odd, question it. Y'all have a good one. Hey. Good Lord, like a monkey with a football, son. Hold that thing.